Hello, this is Steve Shaw, Coordinator of Officials for the Southeastern Conference. As we get ready for this upcoming season, we wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about the goal line. As we all know, the goal line is the most important line on the field of play, and the mechanics surrounding the goal line are so critically important. We need two officials covering the goal line anytime the ball goes in or out. And we have a couple new mechanics we want to talk about for this upcoming season. And we've got a lot of video that we want to show on good mechanics, things to think about, and certainly things that you can incorporate into your pregame conference. The first new mechanic we're going to talk about today is new mechanics around goal line coverage on kickoffs. We will now position the referee in the middle of the field behind the deepest receiver, with his primary responsibility to be to cover the inline if necessary and to focus on blocks at the point of attack, with high alert for illegal wedge formation and illegal blocks at the point of attack. The head linesman and line judge will now have total responsibility for the goal line on kickoffs, and they'll stay at the goal line until it's no longer threatened. We'll also wind the clock, and you'll take the runner on your side and any blocks right at the point of attack. And when you don't have the ball, be alert to blocks on the backside of the runner. It's important to note in our officiating philosophies, we've updated this year with one that applies to kickoffs, and that's on kicks into the end zone. When in question during the return, the ball has not left the end zone. As we know, the entire ball must get completely out of the end zone and then be taken back in to actually have any opportunity for a safety. So, be alert to this philosophy as we go into the season. Another change in mechanics approved by the coordinators at our summer meeting concerns transitioning the goal line. Today, the 5-yard line is the transition point for goal line coverage with, once we get to the 5 or inside, the head linesman and line judge have goal line coverage. We're now allowing the head linesman and line judge to have goal line coverage when the ball is snapped at the 7 or inside. This allows the side judge and field judge to be freed up and go to the inline pylons and not be pinned at the goal line when the ball is snapped from the 6 or 7. With all the fade routes and passing in this area, this can be a great benefit, and as always, the head linesman will make the call when we transition this. And the other mechanic we'll discuss on our video today will be our reverse goal line mechanics. And this is very important when we get in those tight situations where the offense is coming out. So as a point of review, when the ball is snapped at the 3 or inside, the head linesman and line judge will immediately retreat on the snap to the goal line. And when it's snapped between the 3 and the 5-yard line, they'll read the play and retreat to the goal line if necessary. So as we move into our film, this first play is going to be an example of very good reverse goal line mechanics. So as you can see, we're snapping from the 2-yard line, and we get a good view of the linesman on this play. And you're going to see him immediately retreat to the goal line, and he's going to have a very tight call right at the goal line. So here's the play, and very tight call, and he's very definitive. He's in perfect position, comes in, no question. The ball's in the field of play, and he sells the spot. And now we're going to get a replay saying that this is tight. But as you can see, that ball got completely out of the end zone, and that's what we're looking for. If that ball's completely out, it's in the field of play, and that's an excellent call, but excellent job of retreating to the goal line, what we need to do on our reverse goal line mechanics. Now, this next play is an example of never, ever give up the goal line. So we're going to see the field judge have primary coverage at the goal line, and for some reason he's going to retreat and give up the goal line and winds up marking this ball out just short of the goal. Better mechanic would be here to back straight out and never give up that look at the goal line. And this is actually going to get overturned on review. And as you can see from that replay right there, as we run that back, that the ball definitely breaks the plane inside the pylon, and it's a touchdown. So when review is finished, we're going to come back and reverse this to a touchdown. But I think the learning point here is, you got to stay on that goal line. Give ground where you need to. Don't ever give up that goal line. Now, this next play, as you see, we've got a snap from the 9. So you see the field judge, side judge in position at the goal line. And so as we run it forward, there's really a couple things about this play. So first, good work by the field judge. You're going to see him give ground, look in, and we've got a touchdown catch. But as we rewind it and look at the play, what you're going to see here from the TV copy, and there's our line of scrimmage in the blue line, it's very, very tight, and the line judge stays right on the line of scrimmage, right as he should be. And there you see the ball's released, but as the rule states now, if any part of that quarterback is behind the line, and you see his foot is definitely back behind the blue line, so this is a legal pass, and you're going to see him as we roll it forward. He gives a signal back to the referee that the passer was behind the line, so you can see it from here. Him give that signal right there. He's behind the line, and good work. So this is good teamwork, good work as a crew. Now, we talked about positioning and new mechanics on the kickoff, and here's a play from last year. So referee in our new mechanics in good position, but as you're going to see it, so roll that back. The linesman and line judge in this year's mechanics have the goal line, and you're going to see the head linesman drift off this goal line, and both need to stay until that ball is totally clear of the goal line in our new mechanics. So this was a tough call that was made last year. The line judge comes in, but as you're going to see replays, he's got the ball tucked away in the other arm, and by rule, to be a safety, and we're going to get a good look here, that entire ball has to come out and then be taken back in the end zone. And I think you'd agree from this video that that ball does not get completely out. So that's why we need line judge and linesman to completely box this play and stay. Don't give up the goal line. And then the other thing that I want to mention is our philosophy that was highlighted now is so the philosophy says that the ball has to come completely out, and if it's not or if it's in question, it's a touchback. If the ball, when in question, it does not get out of the end zone and a touchback. So I think we'd have been better going with touchback here based on our new philosophy and our new mechanics. Now, the other thing, the referee's in great position to look through. You know, we have a potential wedge block, but we don't have it right here between the 15 and 20. 3 guys coming together, but clearly that's not a wedge. But the referee ought to have a good view of that and be able to identify those blocks and our point of impact blocks. Now, this next play we're going to look at, we're snapping from the 7. So as you can see, our field judge, side judge now and our new mechanic are back at the end line. So a couple things on this play we wanted to highlight. So number one is the linesman, line judge have goal line based on the new mechanic that they're working. But there is a first down line in it. So as we roll it forward, you're going to see the linesman go immediately to the first down line, and then as he sees the quarterback scramble now, he makes the first down line. Now, after that's made, he's going directly to the goal line. So that's good movement, good mechanic to stop at that. Now, we have a very tight play at the goal line. We wind up ruling touchdown based on the fumble. Ruling on the field was it was fumbled and then recovered in the end zone. And we're actually going to get replay come into this, and you're going to see right there his knees down before he fumbles the ball. So we're going to overturn this and put it back in the field of play. But tight call, but good mechanics to have the goal line covered. You know, and just from that perspective, we ruled a fumble, but after replay saw it, the ball was down, and so we give this back to the offense short of the goal line. Now, this next play, again, to stress, never give the goal line up. So the head linesman has goal line responsibility. We're snapping from the 3, so linesman and line judge, and you're going to see this play come right into the linesman's lap. Again, don't give up that goal line. Stay there. Never give that goal line up. And you can say he moved a little bit deep and then tried to get back to the goal line, but we need total concentration there. And, again, this is another tight play, and you're going to see that ball comes out of the quarterback's hand just before it gets to the goal line. And we get a couple good views of it, but you're going to see that replay comes in on it. And ultimately now, because that ball comes out and then goes into the end zone and is declared dead there, you're going to see right there that now we're going to overturn this, into a touchback. So, again, tough call here regardless, but you got to stay on that goal line, never give it up, and make sure we're looking straight down it. Now, this next play, another very, very tight pylon play, and you're going to see great positioning by the side judge and good work, good crew work to look back and make sure that that we see it. So he's going to be very patient and give touchdown, and we'll see it from a couple other views, and we get one final view that sees, he looks up at his linesman, gets good eye contact, knows that the runner is inbounds, and that it is a touchdown. And again, that ball comes out. It's very tight, very close play, but as you can see, we're going to get some replays. And here's one that can show right there that he's got the ball breaking the plane. We're going to get one more view. There's probably even a better view that shows that he's got the ball breaking the plane before it comes loose. And here's probably the definitive view, and one where you get a really good view. So he's still got the ball. He's in the end zone. The side judge gives ground, and he's going to look back at the linesman, gets a nod yes, and then goes up with touchdown. So good patience, good work on a very, very tight call. Now I want to put in this as another kickoff play to again say, linesman, line judge, and our new mechanics, be on the goal line. But this is a little unusual play. We whistle it dead, we put the marker out, but ultimately the crew gets this right. So what you see is the ball is actually touched in the field of play, and then as the receiver goes to pick it up, his foot is out of bounds. So, in this, because it's touched in bounds, we do not have a kick out of bounds here, but just the player, when he touches the ball, now that ball is dead. And so ultimately we get it right. You'll hear from the announcement, and a very good announcement to explain. So we shouldn't have had a flag out here, and it's just the offense's ball right there where he touched the foot in the boundary and where the ball is, and we get a good announcement.
There is no foul in the play. The receiver was inbounds and touched the ball, then the ball went out of bounds. No foul.
So just as a reminder, cover all the things that can happen to you right at the goal line in your pregame. Very, very important. Now this next play, and these are the ones you got to be alert from. We get a breakaway here, but you get very good cushion on this play by our field judge. And you're going to see, again, good cushion, good patience. He's going to look back, make sure he's in bounds, and then he's going to go up with touchdown. And we get some good replays of this. And so we get great concentration, great patience, and making sure you're checking with your other official. And as you're going to see, it's a very tight play again. And again, you're going to see from another view that the runner's feet are in bounds. And then also as he dives, his hand hits the ground, but his hand is still in bounds. So because there's no touch of the pylon or in the end zone, the runner does not get goal line extended. But as you'll see from right here, he touches inbounds, the ball breaks the plane, and for a 78-yard run, this is great positioning to get to the goal line by our field judge, and a good call and good work to check off with your other officials. Now this next play you're going to see is snap from right about the 9-yard line. So our side judge, field judge is at the goal line. So we put this in just as a reminder. Now the back judge pretty much has this end line on his own. So we're going to see this play, very tight play in the back of the end zone, and you're going to see good movement, good concentration, good positioning by our back judge, and he makes a good call of touchdown. And as you're going to see, get very good replays where there you can see his foot stays in bounds. There's no bobble of the catch. Great concentration, great positioning, great focus. Good job, back judge, that has this end line on his own. Now here's another very tight pylon play that we get, and you're going to see here, again, good communications by our officials. So a couple points here. Again, don't give up that goal line. Stay absolutely on the goal line. But as you can see, the official looking back, he gets confirmation from his linesman, and then he's going to go up with touchdown. And we get really good replays. You're going to see that player leaves his feet at about the 4, gets that ball inside the pylon, does not get goal line extended here because there's no touch in the end zone or the pylon, but he gets that ball inside the pylon. So that's very good work by our side judge. And then he looks back to our linesman. Linesman gives him a yes that he was in bounds. Good communications. There you see the look back. They communicate together. He goes up, touchdown, and it's an excellent call. But again, stay on that goal line. So here's another play, snap just outside the 10. So field judge, side judge have the goal line. And here you're going to get a very close play, but very good job by our field judge. Comes in, hustling, very definitive, has the spot in the field of play. And this looks good, is definitive, and we get replay come in on it, and they confirm this call, and it is down in the field of play. So good job, field judge. Way to be right in the right position and then sell this call. That's good work on the field. Now, this play is a very tight play at the goal line and emphasizes the need for patience. You know, don't anticipate anything on this play. So you're going to see the receiver makes the catch, and right before he crosses the goal line, he's hit, the ball comes loose, but then you got to stay with it, and it's recovered by that receiver inbounds in the end zone, very tight to the boundary. But as you see, the side judge, he never breaks concentration. Would have liked to seen a beanbag, but his linesman bails him out and gets the beanbag down. Clearly a fumble, and a very good job to be patient and see then the recovery inbounds. And you can see from this angle, it's clearly inbounds, good recovery. We do get the beanbag, and it is a touchdown. So this is good work on the field, good concentration. Here we have another pylon play, and again, we've just got to be ready for these, and being in proper position at the goal line is so important. But here you're going to see players diving from the field of play, field judge right on the goal line, looks back, looks for help, sees he's inbounds, and rules touchdown. And you're going to see we get a couple good angles. He gets that ball inside the pylon. He would have to do that here. Again, not goal line extended, but you see the line judge coming down the line, giving him a nod yes, and our field judge goes up with touchdown. So excellent coordination, not to be quick, be patient, and get this thing right. This is very, very good. You know, and then finally, just don't wander on that goal line. Stay absolutely square on the goal line. You can't fault the call on the field. It's a great call, but just work in your mechanics to stay on that goal line. So I hope this video today has sparked some conversation for your crew in your pregame, and just be sure to cover all aspects of the goal line in your preparation. So finally, best of luck to us all as we start into the 2013 season, and remember to give everything you have on every play. That's all.